Thankfully, we're underground in the beach house beach bunker after tornadoes hit the area again last night. Happy Monday. Happy last day of school, Sun Seekers in the Brandon School Division. And welcome to the show about food, fun places, and the mayhem of life. Oh, weather mayhem. Yeah, it's summertime on the prairies. Thunderstorms, tornadoes, hail. Oh, my God. We got it all yesterday. Rossburn got some pretty dramatic video there. There was a home destroyed in Rossburn. Thankfully, there were no injuries, but a lot of property damage. And just within the last 20 minutes, that tornado is confirmed. So confirmed touchdown in just the last half hour or so at Rossburn. We've got the video coming up in a second. Toy Story's a monster. Supergirl kind of pooped the bed. Supergirl did not do well at the box office this weekend, but Toy Story sure did. Wow. Big weekend at the box office for Toy Story 5. The best tippers in Canada, where are they? They're in Quebec. We'll tell you what city, what makes them the best. Also, rejection therapy. Apparently, you feeling down, feeling a little awkward, feeling a little off kilter. There's something called rejection therapy, and it's taking the internet by storm. You've probably heard about it already. I've been in rejection therapy since the day I was born. What are double XL snacks? This is so huge in China, it's actually breaking stores. Like, not making them go broke, quite the opposite. They have to close stores. They're crushed with customers, number one. And then number two is they sell out so badly, they have to close the store to restock. And they're called double XL snacks. And we'll show those snacks to you and talk double XL snacks on the show this morning. First, to Aaron Ajak, Extreme Storm Chaser. This is the money shot, as they say in the media business. Oh my gosh, scary moments outside of Rossburn, Manitoba. This is the tornado confirmed in the last 30 minutes. Everyone is okay. No injuries reported. but I'm sure there were a lot of terrified people in the Rossburn area. Now, if you look at this video, again, this is from Aaron Jajak, Extreme Storm Chaser, who was in the area. This is brilliant video. Absolutely brilliant. He's driving perpendicular with the storm as it's screaming across this open field. It takes out a home, extensive damage in this home. Storm chasers and live streamers once again doing a phenomenal job last night. Absolutely 5-star. If you are not on YouTube in storms like this, then you are not in the loop on what's going on. They've got all the radars fired up, and this is getting a little too close for comfort, perhaps. They had all the radars fired up. They had everything running yesterday, and they were able to send people to their basements. What I like about the fact that these storm chasers and their counterparts are live streaming during events like this is because people on the internet are kind of idiots. They're like, well, it's sunny in the town of Rossburn. By where I am, it's sunny. And like 10 miles away, you've got this hitting the ground. It's like, it's social media is wild. Go to a live streamer. I hate to say, go to a live streamer when you've got weather like this, because you do have idiots going, well, it's fine where I am. I don't know why you're scaring people, because this is kind of scary. As soon as clouds start to rotate, you need to get to your basement so that you don't get wiped out. And that's exactly what happened in this case, is that the people in the home that had suffered extensive damage went to the basement. Everything is good. No injuries, but boy, there'll be property damage. There are assessors making their way out to the Rossburn area this morning to take a look at the damage so that they can nail down the F number. So the tornado is confirmed. They have got to nail down what kind of intensity it is. And again, thanks to Aaron Jajak, Extreme Storm Chaser, for doing a phenomenal job. He was making headlines all over the place yesterday for his incredible work. So, job well done. We'll have more pictures and video out of Rossburn coming up a little bit later on in the show. First, let's take a look outside this morning to see how soggy things are. They had to end Country Fest a little bit earlier than they would have liked to yesterday, as the final act was hitting the stage. I think they tried to get him on the stage a little earlier. I think he got a few songs in before they had to yank it and get everybody to higher ground and safe areas, VIP tents, and so on, just because chaos ensued. And they were so close. Country Fest was so close. I was rooting for them. I'm like, oh my God, it was supposed to be this soggy, soupy, awful, rainy weekend. And, well, there was some rain. It was not unlike any other Country Fest. If you've ever been before, you know that it's kind of par for the course to have a little bit of moisture up there. And this was not unlike any other years. But the Sunday thing was kind of, that was unfortunate. There was a few people that were a little disappointed about it. Was it Nate Smith, I think? Nate Smith was the last. Am I right on that? They've said on social media that, we got to have him back. We got to finish his setup, which, I don't know, maybe that's in the contract. If you are rained out, you will come back the following year. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for our area, and expect this to be on the menu for the next couple of days, guys, for today and tomorrow. But Canada Day is looking better, although this is new. This just popped up in the last little while. Now they're calling for potential rain showers. When we were in this morning, that was supposed to be sunshine. So the forecast, a lot of instability going on right now, guys. I am sorry about that. I promised you Canada Day was going to be awesome. July was going to be stellar, and there's just too much instability. It's going to be rainy 1 second, and then sunshine comes out, and then a tornado hits. There's your weather. There's your weather forecast for the rest of the summer. Prepare to die. Yeah, so if winter is not, God, if winter's not trying to kill you with 60 below wind chill, it's just, you know what? This is no longer the game of let's get through the week together. This is a game of survival. This is Survive the Elements. If you have decided to set up shop in Manitoba or Saskatchewan, that is how this game is played. This is Survive. On today's episode of Will the Manitobans and Saskatchewanites Survive? More tornadoes, locusts, and mosquitoes the size of bald eagles. Oh, they got me. Oh, God. And we got a blizzard coming next week on Survivor. It's the Hunger Games meets Survivor. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you got a little bit of sunshine. I hope you had a couple of cold ones. I hope you got some good food in you and you weren't too scared about what was going on. Welcome to the show, 2-hour program. We're on all platforms for this 2 hours, so should something hit in this 2 hours, I instantly become a weather streamer. And I rely on the reports of my weather spotters in all four corners of the world to keep us up to date. Uh-oh, got runaway eyebrows now. Uh-oh. We're on TikTok and Twitch and X and YouTube and Facebook and MySpace and LimeWire and all the platforms that ever existed, and even on the website too. Remember those? www.tylerglenshow.com. www. Last day of school. www. Who's up today for the last day of school? It is official. Nothing is getting done today. I think it's just come on in, take the roll call, start handing out ice cream cones and popsicles to kids, right? Happy last day of school, Brandon School Division. Actually, Winnipeg is also got their last day, too. Weird Monday. A lot of the rural divisions had their last day of school on Friday, so they're already in summer mode. But for Brandon, you've got to get going today. Got to get her going today. Let's say good morning to our folks in chat who survived another perilous weekend in the storm-ravaged prairie. Road Reverend is in this morning with Taylor and Michael on TikTok. Road Reverend's over on Twitch. Tosh is here on Twitch, too. She's got relatives up in Rossburn. They, too, were headed to the basement because they had the alarms. Their phones were going off. I'm glad everybody is safe. Things can be replaced. People cannot. That is good. Everybody's safe and sound. But, boy, that is pretty dramatic video that came out of Rossburn. Man. And the weather changes so fast. 1 minute the sun is shining, the next minute you're bearing down for a tornado. And it creates such anxiety. People, you can feel it. You could cut it with a knife. You could cut it with a butter knife. People are anxious. It's like, what's next? What is next? Well, more storms. We have more storms on the menu. That's what's next. It's just a new way of doing things, I guess. Polar Bear's here on Twitch. Janine's here on Facebook. Have a great week, Janine. Patricia Ann is over on Twitch. We've got Nancy over on TikTok, along with Gary, Terry, and Rose. Hello, Rose. Nice to see you. And Patricia Ann on Twitch is followed by Richards over on Facebook. KD4380's here on Twitch, along with Quentin and Bernice. And Michelle on Facebook. Happy Monday, the start of Michelle's holidays. Michelle is on holidays now. It's a wonky week. So we have 2 days of work. And then Wednesday, we are off for Canada Day. Then we're back for Thursday and Friday. Then we're down at Skydancer Friday afternoon from 5 till 6, Gretchen Wilson concert. And 4th of July 250 kickoff. Then I'm back on Tuesday, July the 7th. It's and I'm sure at your workplace, it's like you're playing the game of who's on holidays this week? Who's away this week? Hey, Jimmy. Jimmy's over on TikTok. Cindy is here on Twitch. Cindy's all rested and recovered from Country Fest. Jody is here on Facebook. Nick's here too. Good morning. Rachel Zarn is back again. Hello, Rachel. Hope you had a nice weekend. And Rachel's on Facebook. Peter's over on TikTok. Toss says, parents had a rough night. Oh, yeah, we'd heard that. Everybody is good. Everyone is safe. Quinton says, and of course, a pile of people will say it's AI. Funny how we believe everything. Now people don't believe anything. Well, and you know what? That's easily verifiable. What I don't like is the opinions on that really come across as attacks for people who are busting their ass to get information out to people. I think it's unfortunate. I really do. That, these guys are working hard. Some of them, they start as soon as the tornado warnings pop up, and they don't stop until things calm down. And sometimes that can be 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. And I feel like jumping on there. I just feel like, you know what? Boot those people off. Like, seriously. If you don't have something positive to say, then why don't you just go and fly a kite? You know? These people can be so brutal. But, that's why reputable information is important. But yours truly, Tyler Glen, can put the TGS certified stamp of approval of a tornado touchdown at Rossburn. It has been confirmed. You can take it to the bank. Now, we spin the wheel of the F number. What F will it be? Holy F is what people say. That's the number. No. How about for F's sakes? No. It's a number. So F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, F6, F7. I don't know how high it goes. And I don't know if it's lower, that's worse. I don't know. See, I just leave that up to the experts. Then they tell us, and we say, whoa. Here's more pictures. Yes, but you know what, Quentin? That is good advice, though. Please be careful what you share, because I find that, at least from what I've seen, yesterday's event at Rossburn was we had a lot of storm chasers in the area. By the way, they're still here, which is not a good sign ever. But generally pretty reputable sources that we're seeing. But we will see the fake stuff now, because everybody's sharing pictures and video of Rossburn. Rossburn video, pictures, Rossburn. And then, the AI superbots go, oh, what happened in Rossburn? Apparently there was a tornado. Oh, yeah? Here's a couple of flying cows and some combines flying through the air. And then people start sharing that, and that didn't happen. And so be careful. Careful with what you share. Jennifer's over on Facebook. Tracy Rogers here on Twitch. Nate Smith did have to get ended. It was Nate Smith. All right. Thanks, Cindy. Debbie Brown is here on Facebook this morning. We've got Tosh number 2 over on TikTok. We've got Josie on TikTok as well. And Philip is here too. Borrowed Bean is here on Twitch. Hello. Nick says in front of the www, forgot the HTTP. I don't even know what that is. I do a copy and paste on that one. And it should be, Nick, it should be HTTPS for secure. Don't ask me how I know that. I know way too much about computers. I left broadcasting and went into this, and it's like you have to learn about computers. Up until I started this show, it was like on, off. Okay, I fixed my computer. Yay. Reset. I am a computer mechanic. Leo is here. Hope you had a good birthday weekend, Leo. I saw that. That's a lot of candles on that cake. Did you call the fire department? I hope so. Woo. Leo. Oh, no, it's okay. It's just Leo's cake. It's all right. Quentin says, pretty sure Brandon will be at Ghost Town from Wednesday till the following Monday. Oh, you think a lot of people took it? That's a good question to ask, actually. Did you take the Thursday and the Friday off? Or maybe you're off today and tomorrow? Well, I guess that wouldn't make sense with the kids being in school. So you're probably right. Actually, because it's Canada Day on Wednesday, we're going to do something we never do on the show. The next 2 days, Canadian beaches. I don't want to hear any complaining. There's a lot of pine trees that are switched for palm trees, and the water is cold. So if you're going to take a dip, I don't want any complaining, okay? This is the Canadian beach break. Get your wetsuit on. We are not known for our beaches. And I know people will fight me on that, but come on now. We go to the Caribbean. We go to Mexico. We go to the nice warm beaches, not the ones with the with the icebergs floating by. So that's going to be our beach break today. One of our lovely sponsors, of course, is Tim Hortons of Western Manitoba, with 10 area locations to serve you. And, of course, they have got the drink everybody is talking about this summer. All those beautiful swirls. You know it. Yeah, the swirls are here at Tim Hortons, and they are popular. Again, if you missed it because you were at Country Fest, they now have delivery in Dauphin, effective this past Thursday on the Tim Hortons app and through DoorDash in Dauphin. But those soda swirls, fizzy, creamy, irresistible, everybody loves them. They come in vanilla soda swirl, cherry, and vanilla light soda swirl for a limited time. And, of course, as you get set to celebrate Canada Day, I will be over there getting one of those turkey bacon clubs with Canadian bacon on it, of course. Perfect way to celebrate Canada Day is with the Timmies in your hand. Tim Hortons of Western Manitoba in Brandon, Dauphin, Verdun, Neepawa, and Moosomin. And still a Canada Day. The Co-op Big Deal this past Thursday. We do something on Thursdays called the Co-op Big Deal. It's kind of like a door crasher / super awesome deal. And as we stock up on our foods for Canada Day, it's all about the C's. They had cherries on sale. BC cherries, $4.49 a pound. Corn on the cob for 66 cents. Oh, my God, how delicious is corn on the cob. Co-op chicken drumsticks also starts with a C for Canada, on for $2.29 a pound. And Co-op English cucumbers, the long ones wrapped in the plastic, the super duper long ones, just 99 cents. And again, that is at your local Co-op, Heritage Co-op, Boundary Co-op, Valley View Co-op. C is for Canada, C is for Co-op. Canada Day on Wednesday. Go to your locally owned and operated Co-op store because it's owned by the members. You don't get more Canadian than the Co-op. I'm sorry. I even apologize. You don't get more Canadian than the Co-op. Or Kuipers. And just for Canada Day, we're changing Kuipers from a K to a C. It's Kuipers with a C in honor of Canada Day. They only use Canadian cheese. They only use Canadian sausage. In fact, it's Manitoba sausage in the sausage roll. But they're super proud of their amazing Canadian cheeses in their cheese buns, their cheese rolls. You got good Ukrainian Manitoba garlic in the garlic toast. It's all about being homegrown and tradition at Kuiper's Family Bakery. So when you celebrate Canada Day with your family, please see my friends at Kuiper's Family Bakery for all your bacon goodies supplies at 1411 First Street, just north of the First and Richmond corner, next to Tasties. We got a 29th birthday to Allie and 35th anniversary to Cindy and her hubby. You guys had a big party last weekend. What is it, an anniversary month? My gosh. Congratulations. Happy birthday, Allie. Happy anniversary. You love birds. Derek tells us if the F numbers are 1 to 5, F5 is the worst. And Tosh has got some GT pictures that she just is desperate to unload. Well, we will see how much time we have, Tosh. Thank you. Borrowed Bean says, I read that as a birthday and birthday. I was sitting here trying to do the math. Renee Dedeli is here this morning. Good morning, Renee Dedeli. We're going to do yesterday's good thing here in a second. Again, if you're just joining us, a lot of people popping on the show. I can see through Lurkerville here that there was a tornado that touched down. That has been confirmed within the last hour. That has been confirmed. The tornado did touched down outside of town. That is important. There was some severe damage to property, not to people. No injuries reported. And officials are on their way to the site to investigate and get that F1 number. That's why we were talking about Fs and F numbers there. We've got Angela here this morning on Facebook, and MJ is here too. Good morning to you. Good morning. Nick Adams says his GT, I was able to get 2 tickets to see Amanda Marshall in Winnipeg in November. I saw that she was coming. I can't believe she's still playing music. Oh, my gosh. Kim Mulchuk has sent me something that I think I'd like to verify before sharing. This is how things go down. We are going to, okay. Kim, I want to say thank you for sharing that information with me. I see what you have sent me here. But before I send everybody into a tizzy, this is inside baseball. This is behind the screens a little bit here, guys, is that, I can't because people, I hear it all the time, rely on me for information to say, I'd like to get just the facts, no, window dressing. I don't need any BS along with my stuff. I like to do that. I like to double check things before I share things. Now, I do screw up. I'm not perfect, but it's incredibly rare, thankfully. So, again, I'm getting an inbox filled with information based on storm events yesterday. I will go through it all. I promise. Thank you for sending it. I do appreciate it, but I do want to make sure that the stuff I share is as accurate as possible, okay? Sorry. And I'm by myself. I know I'm not going to be first all the time. That's okay. We are worldwide internet web on the Facebook. Cheryl says, GT attended my first CFL game in Regina on Friday. Do you have pictures? Whoa, I want to see that. That of all the places you could go for your first CFL game, congratulations. Regina is I hope it was a great crowd and the weather was good and your experience was good. I miss Regina. I do. I miss Regina. Michelle's GT bought a sewing machine and made a project yesterday, started organizing crafts. That is fantastic. Wow. Going to have your little sewing operation going on there. Wow. Everybody had good stuff going on. It's so good to see. KD4380 had a great day on Saturday with friends and neighbors celebrating a friend's wedding anniversary. Zumba Bernice. We got to see Zumba Bernice at the beach party on Friday. Yes, and all dressed up. And Mr. Bernice came in too. The world-famous Mr. Bernice. There they are. Look at that good-looking couple. They were doing some beach dancing with us at Headley's Health Hut. They had their big Customer Appreciation Day beach party. Thanks to everybody who stopped by. It was such a busy afternoon. Gosh. I came, and within the first 5 minutes, I think the place emptied out. Everybody was scared. There comes the guy with the microphone. Then they piled in again. And then I think they forgot I was there. And then there were some people who wanted to come and see me. The 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 dozen. No, I'm kidding. But these were the best looking by far. Grass skirt, Hawaiian shirt and all. Awesome. Thanks for dropping by, guys. And thanks for supporting those that support me, the sponsors on the show, because it just doesn't keep going without them. Thank you to you two. Fun folks. Oh, she's even got video. Oh my gosh, I'm jealous now. No, the video makes me jealous. There they come, the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Oh, Cheryl, how exciting is this? Good for you. I have not been to the news. The last time I was at a Saskatchewan Rough Rider game when we lived in Regina was at Taylor Field. I haven't even been to I just don't get out anymore. I live vicariously through the Sunseekers. That is fantastic. Minneapolis apparently has a new football stadium. No, I was at the Dome. I'm old school. Taylor Field and the old Minneapolis Metrodome. I do it old school. That's awesome. Borrowed Bean, who is a weather prognosticator, says rating tornadoes is no longer done on the F scale. It's now the EF scale. All right. That is important. Really? I don't care. I just share the information. Whatever they tell me, I tell you. That's it. And truth be told, it's like, Kate, there was damage, Kate, number one, and did anybody get hurt? And no one got hurt. That is probably the single most important thing. the single most important thing. Okay, Tosh's daughter graduated grade 8. Yay, all right. And then they went for nachos. Nachos, yummy, yummy, and ice cream. There we go. And congratulations, here we go. It's grad season. Grad season's officially over. And MJ says, read that as enhanced fajita. Okay, well, now you got my attention. Did you say fajita? Did somebody say fajitas? Who's cooking fajitas? Let's get some. All right, you guys are awesome. We got more storm stuff coming up. We've got more verifiable pictures, okay? Not AI, verifiable pictures coming up. And we're going to go to Tosh's neck of the woods, I believe, for our beach break today. Oh, not a lot of sunshine, but hey, listen, it's Monday. It's Canada. We're getting set to celebrate Canada Day. That's right, on Wednesday. And so I get asked this all the time. Is there no Canadian beaches that you can do? Well, there is. They're rare, but we found one. It's Monday. Let's celebrate. This is Lockport Crescent, okay? Nova Scotia, Canada. Here we go. Oh, look at those palm trees. Oh, Canada. This is a nice beach. And we get our pick of beach chairs. It's not very busy. Back with more in just a second after our beach break. Oh, fajitas for lunch today sounds good. Fajitas are always good. Oh, I like fajitas. Hey, it's Monday, Sunseekers, and this is a Canadian beach in Nova Scotia. Tomorrow we'll go to the West Coast as we get set to celebrate Canada's birthday week for Canada and the USA this weekend. I wish we had some better weather to report. We're at 18 degrees. It's warm. It is really, really warm, and it is going to continue kind of muggy and sticky and kind of gross. We do have a thunderstorm watch in effect currently, and we will expect that to turn into a warning and some severe weather on its way, undoubtedly, because the storm chasers have not left. They've kind of set up shop for the next couple of days. As we were watching things unfold yesterday, some of the folks who are covering the storm events were saying that, you thought Sunday was awesome. Wait till you see what's ahead for Manitoba on Monday. And, of course, they're a little excited about it because that means there's more storms to chase, and that, after all, is their business. But for us living here, you're like, oh, crap. I like seeing them, but I wish they were just kind of like passing through. They've got the coolest cars, hey? They've got neat, indestructible vehicles that can withstand super winds and hail and things like that, and a lot of them look like they've been shot with a shotgun, quite frankly, because they're full of holes and stuff. And It's neat to see those vehicles, but I'd like to see them at a high rate of speed going in the other direction, kind of leaving Manitoba, not coming towards us. But the radar looks good right now, but change in the weather. Sorry about this. We were supposed to have a sunny, gorgeous Canada Day, and it might be a rainy one. Instability with us right till the weekend. Now, again, people continue to share pictures and video from storms last night. The big one, of course, is in Rossburn, and that comes to us courtesy of Aaron Jajak, who he himself is a storm chaser, did a phenomenal job getting national exposure on the video that he shared because, quite frankly, he got very close to dangerously close to the tornado at Rossburn. And this is the tornado that did significant damage to property. Thankfully, no one was injured. But again, this is Aaron Jajak, extreme storm chaser. Look at the debris flying through the air. Can you imagine being that little farm right there? That little farm, and you're sitting there, you're just enjoying a beverage on the patio. You're thinking, man, it's sunshine. It's beautiful. What a beautiful Sunday evening. And all of a sudden, this thing decides to roar across your corn like a freight train. Jesus, Murphy. And mother of pearl. That is a monster. That is a monster. This is like right out of a movie. This is probably, Cindy, the best footage of a storm we have seen all summer. They live for this. The money shot. This is the shot they want. Oh, he has to get repositioned here. And again, no injuries. That is the most important thing. No injuries. But there was extensive property damage, which is why these alarms go off, which is why there are warnings sent. And we live in an age where everyone gets to make up their own facts. Everyone gets to decide for themselves what is going to happen to them. And if you look around the tornado, you see sunshine, right? There's sun all over the place. And in the middle of this is the mayhem. And see, guys like Bradley on Facebook. Hey, barely a drop of rain northeast of Brandon here. Yeah. Well, guess what? A couple miles over, you could be in the town of Rossburn. As some were saying, well, nothing in Rossburn. Yeah, no, take a look east of town, man. Southeast of town. This is what's barreling through. Get to your damn basement. Get to the basement. Or you're going to go for a ride. Let's go for a ride. I'm not in Kansas anymore. Then those same people are the first ones to complain. These warnings don't work. How come we didn't get... Then you got people complaining. I got 20 warnings on my phone. Oh, my God. This is our new reality. This is what's going to be ahead for us all summer long. So we just embrace it. We do what we're told. How hard is it to kind of hang out in the basement, take some snacks with you, hang out down there in a safe place in your basement? This is from Barb Inkster, taken along the Yellowhead Highway yesterday. And Barb also got a tremendous picture of this thing. Incredible. People are starting to guess the F number. Oh, the EF number. I call it the DEF number, deaf. Because people don't listen when they say go to their basement. So what's the DEF number? Although they're guessing EF2 or possibly EF3 to EF4, pending damage investigations. I'm glad that person has pulled over to the side of the road before taking more pictures, before taking more shots of it. And at Dolphins Country Fest, they had to cut things short for the Sunday show because of the events. Chances are you saw this. And you know what? Safety first. Again, it was a great weekend. They didn't have any issues through the weekend. The weather was generally really good, and they were calling for all kinds of rain. So it was just at the very end they had to close the main stage for the evening. just as Nate Smith was just kind of getting going. Our buddy Mike Melnick is up there. Sent this. Yeah, got to make sure there's no music on there, but which is too bad because and then Mike had a couple of beers and then he fell down. Mike, you fell down or you slipped on the wetness. Mike, you got to turn the phone the other way, Mike. Okay, so I guess Mike got caught in the rain as they closed Country Fest, and he fell down because his camera is off to the side. If you turn your head, and people were actually running from get to the porta potties. It is pouring. It's because he started this way. This is lightning and thundered and people running for cover, and that's when they say, okay, it's time to close the stage. And then I guess Mike says it's time to go for a sleep. Hey, Bears, I'm too wet. I just gonna lay here and I'll take my phone and we'll show it sideways. This has been Boomers on Phones. Boomers on Phones. Boomers. I've been guilty of it. Did he eventually turn the other way? No. But you can see it's coming down pretty hard. But otherwise, people had a really fun Country Fest. It was really awesome. And the weather wasn't as horrible as it could have been. This is surveying some damage in Saskatchewan. They also had tornadoes
tonight, but
there.
As it turns out, we were a little bit driving down Highway 8 a little north of the
tornado damage. I do not have as many details on what happened in Saskatchewan as what happened in Manitoba.
We managed to find ourselves a tornado, and it was quite the tornado indeed. In fact, it's caused a lot of damage
Bill's
here.
interesting
this particular house, you can see, it's taken
got
the roof
out
off
to
and totally destroyed the trees.
See some
now, this
tornado
may not have been
near
actual
Pelly,
tornado. This may have been straight line winds.
You can
although
see
from where
that,
these trees are located, it does
when
look
these
a little
wind
bit
gusts
more
pick up,
like tornado damage than it does from the winds. The winds here were traveling from the east. You see how the branches are laying down
not
here.
just damage to homes.
Sure,
and
maybe it
sheds
came
and
from
roofs.
that tree, so it may still just be straight line here. Further
trees.
back, though, about 2 miles to the south of here where we hit the tornado, you can see the actual...
That is wild. This, again, is 4 miles south of Pelly, Saskatchewan. There will be a massive cleanup. Massive cleanup. And then we've got the flooding. Okay, so did the Assiniboine River crest on Friday? Are we expecting more water to come our way? We're watching that closely, too. We rely on the province of Manitoba to give us an update on the flood situation or potential flooding. Now, thankfully, the Assiniboine River was just at its banks. There was some minor flooding taking place, but it was generally fairly contained. And these storms that moved through, I don't think they brought a whole lot of precipitation, but that could change today. They're saying we'll get a lot more rain today than we did get yesterday. So that is something we're also keeping an eye on. So if it isn't the tornadoes, it'll be the locusts or the mosquitoes the size of bald eagles, the floods, the blizzards. This is just insanity. And not to be outdone, there was a winter storm warning. You're not hearing me incorrectly. A winter storm warning. And this is insanity. Now, the first thing you're going to say is, Tyler, sure, it was Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming. It's all in the mountains. Mountains are snow-capped, so give me a break. No, this is high elevation, sure. Higher elevations, okay, but this is not the mountaintops. This is a storm system that moved through these 3 states where temperatures dropped to around -2 as part of the cold front and brought 16 inches of snow. On one side of the country, you got a heat wave. On the other side of the country, you've got summer snow. And this warning is just wrapping up. You should see some of the pictures. You don't want to see the picture. If you're feeling hot, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go, this is the town of Meridian, Idaho. And this is not hail. This is snow coming down from the sky. Get your Christmas tree up. It's snow time. June the 26th, 2026, from Tanya as it snowed in Meridian, Idaho. Son of a gun. Why does the song from REM come to my mind? It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Snow on one side, rain on the other, tornadoes. This is crazy. This is crazy. An amazing light show. Oh, so, yeah, there we go. All 4 seasons all wrapped up into one. All 4 seasons wrapped up into one. And now the cleanup at Country Fest begins, although weather's not going to be conducive to that either, and it's a mess. Garbage all over, empty beer cans, campsite. You got to get those trailers out of there. How in the hell are they going to do that? I bet you there'll be tow trucks everywhere, I bet. Cindy says going to be a sloppy mess getting those campers out. Oh, well. Guy. You know what? Let's go to happier times. This is really what Country Fest is all about. I know we had Jelly Roll. There's pictures. Well, you know, let's do that first. In case you missed it. I don't know how you could have. I mean, Jelly Roll was everywhere in my news feed. It was just a Jelly Roll weekend. Incredible. Fun time had by all. This is from the Dolphins Country Fest folks, showcasing their amazing weekend that included Jelly Roll. There he is, letting the people sing. Jelly Roll did an amazing job. He always does. There's the concert goers, and again, they are so lucky that it wasn't soggy. Boy, they've really expanded those upper areas. Man, there was nothing up there when I used to go to Country Fest. It was just built. They put bars up there. How cool is that? That is awesome. Dolphins Country Fest. It sure could have been a lot worse as far as the weather is concerned. Holy man. That is for sure. Hang on a second here. But the best part of the Country Fest experience is the campers. The campers and the parties and the friends that you make. Take a look at this. Look at these campsites. They're all decked out. They did such an awesome job. And when the weather is good, it is such a fun place to be. Then when the weather's bad, you just drink more, and it makes it fun. Well, there's a few solo cups, and there's no breakfast on that thing. Oh, there's some morning Caesars to get things rocking. Lots of decorated campsites. And, man, it's fun. These are the fun times. The cleanup today, not fun. There's some, that looks like some fun stuff. Somebody brought a dance floor, and there's karaoke going on, and a sing-along, and breakfast and beers, and, yeah, lots of fun. So I think reviews say it is a huge success, with the exception being Sunday night, but you know what? You got to be safe. And I'm sure we will get more details on anything that happened at Dolphins Country Fest as people rise and shine today after what was a take cover event to end the show last night. So, yeah. So I ask, how's everybody doing after Country Fest? First off, most people are still sleeping. Ryan said I had a great time serving drinks. So tips were good. Tips must have been good. Hey, BM, good morning. MJ BM checking things out after the tornado touchdown at Rossburn yesterday. Just got to figure out how big it was. They're going to be assessing the damage a little bit later today. At Murray Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC Certified Service Express, it is Westman's favorite place to get an oil change. 1500 Richmond Avenue. Certified service means you've got certified technicians taking a look at your vehicle, and it doesn't have to be a GM vehicle to get serviced at Murray GM Certified Service. No, of course not. You pull up to those doors at 1500 Richmond Avenue, and they take it from there. You toss them your keys, and they'll give you your keys back. Your vehicle will be in tip-top shape. They'll show you your filter, though, while you wait, just to make sure your filters are A-OK. And in the meantime, you're going to get perfect customer service each and every time. You roll on into Murray GM for some certified service oil change. Get you ready for that summer road trip. Again, at 1500 Richmond Avenue in Brandon. Sunrise Credit Union, again, congratulations to all the recipients of scholarships last week. Of course, it was grad week in Western Manitoba, and there was all kinds of scholarships handed out. $24,000 in scholarships were handed out across southwestern Manitoba to area graduates. And, of course, we had graduates all over the place. High school graduates, college graduates. The largest scholarship, valued at $5,000, went to Ivy Perkin of Elgin, a graduate of Souris School. She got $5,000. Oh, and super involved. That's generally how this works. Through high school, she participated in hockey, basketball, volleyball, track and field, badminton, rugby. She was in everything. Every year, Sunrise Credit Union employs summer students in various positions throughout the organization and offers a scholarship to one. And this year, it was Charlie Fox of St. Rose who received a $3,000 scholarship. So congratulations to Charlie. And there were other scholarships awarded in Hartney, Holland, Medora, Grandview, Minto, Oakburn, Brandon, and Erickson. Sunrise Credit Union, with 19 locations and 35,000 members, visit sunrisecu.mb.ca. And our friends at Epps Law Office, if you're buying or selling real estate, if you are looking at doing your will or your estate, or you own a business and you're looking at potentially incorporating, you're going to want to see our friends at Epps Law Office in Brandon. They are fantastic folks to deal with. They take that crazy, wild, legal mumbo-jumbo and make it understandable, easy to follow. So this way, when you're putting your John Henry on something, you know exactly what you're signing up for. Yes, that's what makes them so popular. Epps Law Office is at 642 18th Street, Unit A, across from the RBC. Okay. Oh, lots of storm stuff. So Toy Story is a monster movie at the box office. Did anybody go see Toy Story 5 over the weekend? Toy Story 5 was massive. It was the number one movie at the box office by far. Bit of a disappointment with regards to Supergirl. They're saying it was a bit of a dud. Toy Story 5 took in $70 million. They're saying Supergirl is the biggest dud since Snow White, done by Disney. Supergirl brought in just $38 million. And people who came out of that movie said it was a big fat meh. Obsession came in at 3. Jackass, Best in Last, which was one of the new offerings this weekend, took in $8.4 million. Well, listen, Supergirl kicked Jackass's bum. So there's that. And Disclosure Day rounded out the top 5. So Toy Story 5, and it's very rare that you get the number one movie, week after week after week. But this, they're closing in on $300 million now for Toy Story 5. BM hasn't seen it yet, but it is going to be good. I'm looking forward to seeing it too. And I'm certainly not in their target market, but hey. Making news this weekend, we're going to do this in hour 2, a bizarre social media trend in Canada is prompting warnings from police clear across the country. What is happening? What is this now? We've moved on from Tide Pods, and this is something that could happen right here in Manitoba. So we'll share those details with you coming up next hour. Also, speaking of great shows to watch, coming up next hour, Will Ferrell's trailer drop for his new project. And forgive me if it looks a little bit like Happy Gilmore, because it is. It's basically Will Ferrell's version of Happy Gilmore, but it's going to be a TV series, a show. So if you like Happy Gilmore, you'll probably like this. It's a new Netflix series from Will Ferrell, where he's a crazy wild golfer. And it's not a movie, it's a TV show. And it looks pretty good. But before we move to hour 2, to let you know the best tippers in Canada, if you want to become a waiter or waitress, you may want to move from the prairies. Because apparently the prairies are the worst tippers in Canada, especially small cities on the prairies. What? Looking at you, Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Moose Jaw, North Battleford, Yorkton. Brandon is not part of that, I'll have you know. We do not play that game. We are very generous tippers. We're very the most generous tippers. The people with the cash, they're in Quebec.
We don't tend to tip back at home in Australia. I mean, sometimes you tip, but it's not expected. And so I find it really awkward to know when to tip and how much.
As tipping requests spread from restaurants to fast food counters, cafes, convenience stores, and even self-serve kiosks, many Montrealers report feeling fatigued and frustrated by the growing pressure. Yet, according to a new report from Lightspeed Commerce, they are still considered the most generous tippers in Canada, with an average tip of 14.5%, ahead of Vancouver at 13.4%,
I want to see these tip amounts here. Whoa! 50%? Nah, 15, 18, 20%. I've seen them. I've seen 40 on my machine. It can get up there. This is crazy sauce. Don't know why they're complaining. They're the best in the country. Why are Montrealers fatigued?
Toronto at 12.3%.
I asked my friend who's Canadian back home how much to tip, and so he gave me a good tip. He said 15% baseline and then 20% if it's good.
Montrealers also rank highest of any major Canadian city in terms of percent range, with 37% of respondents who say they tip in the 16 to 20% range.
I actually still tip a lot. I think people work hard. I think there's some places where maybe we don't need to tip and the tip is just there. For me, it's just when the first tip starts at 18 or 20%, it's a bit high.
If someone provides any service to you, you pay for not just the food or just the idea, but you pay for the quality of the service that you receive. I think it's a wonderful thing to do.
While many Montrealers say they tend to tip generously, those working in the industry say confusion around tipping laws in the province, which are unique compared to other places in Canada, can sometimes create issues.
Tipping culture in Quebec, in Montreal,
they have a law.
People generally tip when they receive service. Now, the odd thing is who deserves tips and who is not tip worthy. That's the funny thing.
I think sometimes they think that just because we're working here and we're getting paid to be here, that they don't have to tip us. But I think a lot of people don't realize that when they do that, we actually end up losing money.
Those issues can stem from the fact that Quebec is the only province in Canada with a lower minimum wage for employees who regularly receive tips, currently at $13.30 rather than $16.60 per hour, and its strict tip declaration and allocation rules.
What most people don't understand about tipping is the waitress or the waiter doesn't get all that money. They tip out the bartender, they tip out the busboy, they tip out the kitchen, and it's all based on their dollar sales. And it's all taxable.
In Australia, we tip a maximum of 10%, and that would be if it's a very good service. Because our employment law is that you have to be paid an adequate wage, and you shouldn't have to live off your tips.
Wow. So in Australia, the best you're going to get is 10%. And this is really coming to light, obviously, because of World Cup soccer. We've got a lot of people coming in from all over the world. And there are some countries, in fact, a lot of countries, especially in Southeast Asia, that don't tip at all. In fact, in Japan, it's considered rude. And here it's rude if you don't tip at all. So I had no idea there was actual laws. Yeah, Bradley says tipping laws? Yeah. Who knew? Quebec has tipping laws, which means that everything must be shared. It must be recorded. It must be shared. And it is all recorded and shared because Quebec allows restaurants to pay their staff less, kind of the American model, but not quite as bad as I think some American minimums are like $3 an hour. Quebec is 13 as opposed to 16. Interesting. So, yeah, you're going to get better tips if you're in Montreal than anywhere else in the country. And if you're on the prairies, head for the basement because there's a tornado. You get tipped with that's your tip. Your tip is go to the basement if a tornado warning approaches. That's it. There's your tip, free of charge from your buddy Tyler. That's a service charge, not a tip. Oh, man. We are going to move over to Twitch now and the website for more fun and frivolity. You've got to see these double XL snacks. They're literally so popular, stores have to close. It seems crazy, but these products are so popular. So, I mean, it's the internet. How soon before we see them in North America? They're called double XL products. Costco's probably already on this to a certain degree. They have some double XL stuff, probably testing the waters. We'll have that for you in hour 2. But in the meantime, we have to say farewell. Have a great Monday, Sunseeker. Stay dry. Watch for severe weather today. Again, investigators are headed to Rossburn as we speak to get a reading on that tornado from yesterday. Confirmed by X and TikTok. We're headed over to the website. We'll see you again tomorrow or over on Twitch. Thank you, YouTube. You guys have a great day. Stay dry. Stay safe, okay? Catch you later.